All right, hi everyone. My name is Mary Rose Gallardi. I'm from IUP's Career and Professional Development Center, and today we are joined with Charles County Public Schools in Maryland. Thank you guys both for being here. If you just want to start out first and foremost, telling me a little bit about yourselves and what your role is at your organization.
Okay. Well, my name is Brian Johnson. I'm one of the secondary staffing specialists for Charles County Public Schools. I actually staff all 8 of our middle schools here in Charles County. I've been with Charles County Public Schools since 2015, so it'll be about 5 years starting on July 13th.
Awesome. Great.
And my name is Kevin Howard. I'm the other secondary HR specialist. I do all the staffing for the high schools here in Charles County, all 7 of them. I've been with Charles County since January of 2020, but I am going into 22 years of education, so I've been doing this for a long time. Just like Brian, he didn't mention how long he's been in, but we've both been doing this for quite a few years.
Yes, I have.
Awesome.
I've been doing it for probably about 24 years, 25 years.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you again for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. So my next question for you guys is, what do you find that employees and interns like best about your organization?
Quality of life. Charles County we're located just 30 to 40 minutes southeast of Washington, D.C. So we're very close to a lot of the hustle and bustle of Washington, D.C., but we're far enough away from Washington, D.C. if that's not what you're looking for. Charles County Public Schools, we are not a large school system, we're not a small school system, we're right there in the middle, but we offer a better quality of life for the individuals that we hire for our school system, because we do know that that is important for them to not just have a professional life, but also to be able to enjoy life outside of the classroom as well.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. And then my next question is, what makes your organization, in your opinion, unique from other companies?
Well, I think one of the things, and being new to Charles County, which was good for me, first and foremost is people. Obviously, we're in the people business of educating our youth, but that comes about from working with your colleagues and your coworkers in order to create an environment where you feel comfortable. And so far, this Charles County has been a great place and very welcoming, very organized and professional. I also think that we offer a lot of soft benefits that are very beneficial to our employees, whether it be our healthcare, which is considered Cadillac healthcare, whether it be tuition reimbursement. We're very generous with what we want our staff in order to continue their education. I think we go above and beyond to try to provide the best environment for our employees, like Brian said, indicating that work-life balance. So we want you to be highly educated, obviously, and prepared to do your job, but we also want to make sure that you're healthy. There's fitness classes that go on. We offer a whole host of other soft benefits, I think, to round out the entire person.
And one of the benefits that a lot of people don't know about is we do offer, in addition to all of that, we offer relocation assistance as well. So depending on how far you're traveling or moving from Charles County would depend on how much you're eligible for. But it starts at $500, and depending on how far away, it'll go up as far as $1,600. And this is all paid to you the week before you start. And it's actually, and the $1,600 to $500 or up to $1,600 is after taxes.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that sounds good. Thank you. So then my next one is, what is something that most people don't know or may be surprised to learn about your organization?
For me, I think I get a lot of the people, we have a very competitive salary. We are considered a suburb of Washington, D.C., so we have to be very competitive with our salaries, not just with Washington, D.C. or Northern Virginia, but with the other Maryland school districts. So our salary, even though we are a suburb, and traditionally people think that if you're in a suburb that they don't pay, we don't pay as well as a city school or a school that's closer to an urban school district. But we have a very competitive salary. Our teachers are paid very well, and like Kevin was talking about earlier, we offer a lot of soft benefits that a lot of people don't know about, like the relocation, the tuition reimbursement, the opportunities during the summer if individuals want to work. So there are a lot of different things and a lot of different opportunities that we offer that people may not know about. But once you get here, you find out about them, and we give you an opportunity to take advantage of those.
Well, that's great to hear. So what is something that you look for on a candidate's resume or cover letter?
Well, I think obviously if we're in education, so one of the first things we look for is, are they certificated, which is always a big thing for us. Not that that's a disqualifier completely, but we want to make sure obviously we're hiring the best and the brightest. So we want something that's going to draw us into that person's resume or cover letter indicating that they are certificated in areas that are especially our high need areas, whether it be special education, mathematics, science. And then there's well written, obviously no typos, no errors, and those kind of things. So that's just the first glimpse. And then a lot of what we're doing now is we're also sending out, once we get that information, then we'll send out what we call a virtual interview through SparkHire, then to give them a second opportunity to present themselves, because you can't tell everything from a resume or a cover letter. That's just a nice way to get you your foot in the door.
Definitely. And you mentioned virtual interviewing, which I know might be happening a lot more now given the circumstances. So do you have any tips for virtual interviewing versus in person?
Well, I think the platform that we're using, which is called SparkHire, currently right now, we're giving candidates 3 opportunities to retake a question. So I think that should eliminate a lot of the fear and anxiety that some candidates may have, especially if they're newly getting into education and not used to interviewing, where you can sit and you can actually, unlimited practice, but 3 takes that you can take to answer each question. So it gives them an opportunity to put their best foot forward before they have to submit it to, say, the principal, or return it back to us and we forward it to the administration of certain buildings.
Yeah, I think that's a really great point. So my next one is, do you have any tips on what students should do and also not do in a job interview? Kind of similar to our last question.
Well, this goes back to, well, right now, like Kevin said, we are using SparkHire to do our interviews with all of the issues that we've been having, with COVID-19 and everything. And we've had this going probably for about a month and a half now, and we've seen some individuals that are really prepared for the interviews and some that aren't so prepared for the interviews. And because we're giving you an opportunity to record these interviews in the comfort of your home, I think it would be positive for them and beneficial for them if they are prepared for the interview. So I've seen individuals who've recorded their interviews with their phones sitting in a car. Yeah. That, to me, just seems like they're not really taking it as responsible as they should be. And I've seen individuals that have recorded interviews and they've done dynamic interviews, and the administrators, once we forward it to them, they've received multiple offers. So as we're doing it now, and I don't know when it's going to change, and I'm quite certain that we'll continue to use online interviews, especially for those individuals that are out of state. Take it as a professional opportunity to record an interview. Treat it as if you were sitting in front of someone, because you never know how many administrators are going to view that. And the more offers you get, the more benefit it is to that particular person, because what we want to do is make certain that that each candidate is set up at the correct place. And that is a good fit for that particular individual as well as for that administrator. So if you're sitting in your car or you're sitting on a playground and recording it, that tells me that you took that time, but you weren't serious about it. So we want you to be serious about it. We want you to be professional about it. Yes, dress up in a suit and tie. Put on that blazer. For the young ladies, put on a professional business dress, because this is an interview and it could lead to a job offer.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. Thank you for throwing those out there. So my next one is, what opportunities are available for alumni soon-to-be alumni or current students with your organization?
Of course, we prefer to, well, it's not a preference, but we do like to hire students that have graduated from our school system, because we want, it's sort of like growing our own. So we try to put our best foot forward. We want to bring them back home. And of course, if they come back home, hopefully they're talking to their colleagues that they're doing student teaching with, or they're in classes with, and they know that it's a wonderful school system. So as they're talking it up, they bring them to us, and we roll out the red carpet for those individuals, not just for those individuals that grew up here and went through our school system, but also any individual that's serious about coming to Charles County. Because we want to make certain that we hire the best candidates for our students, no matter who you are or where you're from. We want to make certain that you want to come here and make a career of working for Charles County, not just to have a job for 2 or 3 years.
Right, and I'll just add a little bit to that. Obviously, we always want to grow our own, like Brian said, but we also know that here in the state of Maryland, we only produce 40% of the teachers that are required to staff our state. So those students of ours that go away, like Mr. Johnson said, recruit other people, that just helps us bring more educators down to the state of Maryland from out of state, because we need states like Pennsylvania, Virginia, other states to be able to fill out our workforce.
Yeah, gotcha. Good point. So then my last and final question for you guys is, what is maybe just one piece of information that you'd like to leave students with before we end our session?
Well, I think Charles County as a whole is a wonderful place to not only live, but also to work. As I talked about earlier, we're 30 minutes from Washington, D.C. We're about 50 minutes from Annapolis, Maryland, about an hour from Baltimore, about 20 to 30 minutes from Northern Virginia. So we pretty much have everything very close to us geographically, but we're our own little slice of heaven all by ourselves. And we tell everyone, just because you work in Charles County doesn't necessarily mean you have to live in Charles County, because we want you to experience everything that the Washington, D.C. metro area has to offer. And then you come and work for us, you'll have a wonderful experience working for Charles County, and we'll pay you well.
All right, well, that sounds great. Thank you both so much. We really appreciate having you today. And I'll stop the recording now.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.